from Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill in Denham Springs. Welcome to the Monday edition of Live at Lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Charles Hannegriff, Jimmy Ott, Max Gotro, Jordan Kinchin's back in the studio. And we start game week for week number 1 on our football schedule, which will have us starting at 10 o'clock and going until 1 o'clock every Monday. That Brian Kelly has a press conference, and the press conference will be in the middle of the show. We'll turn it over to Chris Blair and Gordy Rush at 11:40. And then we'll come back and wrap up the show the final half hour or so when they're finished. So that'll be our Monday schedule throughout the football season, sans the off weeks. And it is great to be here. Great to finally be at game week. Well, we got a lot to recap. It feels like Friday's show was a month ago. It was a long weekend. It was a great weekend with a lot of things going on. Jimmy, you spent the weekend in Las Vegas.
I mean, we don't throw superlatives around too easily on this show. We made it great. Come on.
What made it great was last night's event at Rufino's.
Yes,
the competition.
Yes.
Eat the competition dinner, which was the normal Chef Patrick and group with the normal fabulous menu, and of course everybody's excitement about football season, but also the announcement for those of you that know what we've done with the Eat the Competition dinner and the fundraiser. The Tiger Walk, which was important to Ruffin, and the monument that's up at the top of Victory Hill, and they were really instrumental in bringing the Tiger Walk back for the former players and things like that. Well, all that's done now. They've completed that project, and so now with the help of our good friend Stephen Hightower, last night they announced the beginning of what will be a hospitality program at LSU, and it'll bear Ruffin's name. And this will take students. This is the first year. They'll have 20 students, and then they'll be increasing it from there, which will teach the business end of the hospitality industry and the restaurant business for those. And, Stephen, who's headed a number of projects over the year, Megan Clock, who runs Rufino's Hospitality Inn. They really kind of spearheaded this, and it was terrific to see that initiative launch last night, and that's going to help some
awesome.
It's going to help some students get started, and is going to launch a lot of careers, and it's going to bear Ruffin's name. So last night was terrific. On a personal note, my father turned 80 on Saturday, and we had a birthday party for him, which was a terrific event to see my entire family come in for that. So I really enjoyed that. That's just that's my little personal story. And on Saturday morning, I had my fantasy draft, and I, of course, had the best team again. So that's a part of my weekend. And you spent the weekend in Las Vegas for Circus Kickoff.
Yeah, man. We were treated well, and kind of massaged the media pretty good. Wanted to make sure that everybody on Radio Row was going to speak favorably about Circa when they left, or was during or after this event, and no problem here. So you can massage me all you want. I'm here. So it was just, and it's nice to have, the events and, functions. And I mean, you had a little bit of time like 6 hours at the pool. You had, rooftop cocktail deal on Friday night. You had a bunch of things going on. Meet and greet at Bar Canada down the street at the D, which is about a block or so away. And just taking care of us, man. It was a good time over at Circa, which would otherwise be a real kind of a light type of a weekend. So Circa doesn't have the horses, so me and Macero dragged Max over to the Wynn, and we're taking care over there. So we appreciate those folks for reserving us seats, and had a little horse racing on Travers Day. Had a little bit of college football, a little bit of Major League Baseball, a little bit of preseason NFL football, a little smorgasbord, a little tennis. How about a little golf? Huh?
Yeah.
So it was kind of a closeout summer sport weekend. We're going to watch this U.S. Open midweek, for a little bit. But it's kind of purging out and making room for football.
I heard the interview that you guys did with Derek Stevens on Thursday,
Uh
which
huh.
of course he's phenomenal. I love listening to him
A lot of
because
people like to claim they're a person of the people.
he
He's
is,
legit. He's legit.
and I think I think he's got real vision for the future of sports wagering and some of the things that are developing, like when he talked about college baseball and how much that market has grown, and taking the Circus Survivor, which we have watched grow exponentially just in the last couple of years, and putting in the new contest, the 100,000 entry,
The
the
Grandissimo.
Grandissimo. And I heard you guys talking about that in addition to their regular contesting.
So
And he is, I don't know him as well as you do, but just to get a chance to meet him out in Vegas last year and listening to him speak, he is customer oriented in an industry that doesn't always have to be, if you know what I'm saying. I think, he's got some real vision for where the industry is going, and I love listening to him.
well, you just kind of getting into dabbling your feet into the sales world a little bit now, Charlie. But for doing it for 35 years and extremely reluctant to do so originally. Okay, it's not what I went to school for, but you realize if you want to get to where you want to be, you better do some things that you necessarily aren't thrilled about doing. So, but dealing with people, you will de. And a car dealer told me, he says, there's two ways of dealing with people: bottom line on up, or relationships on down. They don't make a dime on the contests. They
Say that again. Say that again.
it costs them a lot of money
Yeah.
to do the contest with promotions, with whatever the value of their rooms are that they're comping for this weekend. I know it's not a heavy traffic weekend. That's why they're doing it.
Yeah.
Okay, but still, there's value. There's some value to them. I know the liquor they're pouring at these events.
That's not free.
You know, I mean,
Free for you, not free for
they
them.
buy bulk, but I mean, they're still laughing about the LSU fans saying they thought they could drink Vegas out of. Commodore Stadium's one thing. Vegas is another.
It's finally their Moby Dick.
Yes, yes, yes.
They couldn't quite get there with that one.
So, the and you see the more hectic and more of a strain on your staff of trying to run a contest of this volume. You can't do it on spreadsheet. Can't do it on bar napkins.
No.
I mean, there was so much lines, and it's a lot of commotion and a lot of investment actually. To for what? Well, because they feel they can. I want to answer for them, but they're getting something. He's not in the business of giving away. He's is a promote business of promoting, and he's getting traffic through
Yeah.
Circa.
Sure.
He's getting he just this weekend. I don't know how many of the guys spent more time on the tables, at the machines, uh, playing some games. I'm sure some,
Yeah.
So it's just part of the bigger picture instead of
Yeah.
no, this is costing us. We can't do this. Of course not. Wait, what do you wait? You want to put a dollar value? Wait, we're going to throw a contest that's unnecessary to what?
Right.
Yeah,
What do I get out of this right now?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah.
that's the so terrific terrific weekend.
No rake,
Yeah. Yeah. And
no rake.
what I heard his numbers on some of the numbers on Friday that you guys were talking about, where the Grandissimos they expect
I
somewhere
think.
between 20 and 30,
Oh, I think they're getting 30.
and the regular
They were over 20 when I left.
okay, and the Circus Survivor. I heard Macero say 19 million
Yeah,
potentially
yeah. So
somewhere in that
the
area.
20 is the magic number. We'll
Okay.
say.
All right. Well, it's good to know these
How about
numbers for
another
when
one,
we
Charlie?
win. You know.
So, multiple entries by any of the shows there, you get a free entry into a blackjack tournament. It's a kind of a mini blackjack tournament. 10-hand rounds of 3 per table. 10 total prizes ranging from 500 to 3,000. A free Super Bowl prop bet. Okay?
Did we win?
So we go, you are not present, sir. I'm sorry.
Got to be
You are not.
present to win.
No, you're not part of this. Okay.
I sent
You-
my
you-
I sent my
I mean,
I sent my
yeah. Put your hand back, okay? Oyster tongs. So they and anywhere from 3 to 500. So I'm up 100 last hand. I have to make my bet first. What do? Minimum bet 100, max bet 5,000. Each I got like 10-6. Make money by the way.
Yeah. Okay.
The guy next to me's got 10-5.
Okay.
And the other guy's got like 8.
Okay.
Well, you have to bet minimum 100, max 5,000. What do you do?
Oh gosh, but my limited experience in these tournaments is that everybody kind of shoves at the end.
Okay, but I have to commit first.
Okay.
My guy can see. Both of them can see what I have.
Yeah.
Charlie, I have to bet everything.
Yeah, that's
at
what
least,
I'm saying.
At least
you shove.
$99. I could have gone 49.01.
Yeah, you got to shove. Yeah.
Because the dealer can't bust or we both win. It's the same result. I can't let beat me.
Sure.
Okay. So then get the last. The guy next to me who if we end up the same result, I win. He's got to win, I lose. I stay on 17. He gets a C. He stays on 14. Thank you. Dead money. Next.
Thank you.
Guy pulls a 19. Dealer showed a 4.
And then
Pulls the 4.
okay, and then there's
Third base wins, I lose.
So I didn't win anything.
Unfortunately, not.
Okay.
So,
God.
oh, Charlie, you had the whole thing. I was going to give the whole thing
Oh,
to you.
I didn't expect the whole thing. I'm not completely greedy about this. Well, that's good. I'm glad you guys had a great trip, and we had a great weekend here. So ready to get it kicked off.
Iowa State winner.
Look, Iowa State winner. Max followed Max on Western Kentucky. Was nice. Followed Paul Stone on Hawaii. That got there at the end. Was wonderful. And thank you for all the 15-yard penalties, Stanford. That was that was generous.
Kansas, Jalen Daniels.
Yeah, that was probably the one real wipeout of the weekend. And I didn't play the UNLV game, but saw bits and pieces of it. It was a rocky start for Dan Mullen, but they managed to win the game. They come anywhere close to covering, but they won the game. It was just great to watch football, even with maybe a substandard field and in Ireland.
What do you think about the field? Do you remember it being? Was that Croak?
No,
it wasn't.
It's a V.
But Navy and Notre Dame played at Croak, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
they did. It looks like a soccer pitch. It was slick. It was difficult to see the yard markers. They had to. You see them rechalk baseball fields all the time. You don't see them rechalk football fields, which they did after
That's
halftime.
the least of my concern.
The slipping and sliding.
That's my.
Yeah, it was.
It's based for 175-pound athletes,
right.
Not,
it was
not 275.
You could tell it was a struggle for a lot of those guys. Yeah, I'm not going to give the safeties. We can talk about the game when we come back from the first break.
Okay.
But I thought it was a struggle for them, and I didn't think it was the most easy watch. I mean, we're watching the game while we're doing our fantasy draft, and it was at least half a dozen times. What side of 50 are they on? Are they on the plus 40 or the minus 40?
Oh.
It was difficult to catch some of that sometimes.
Graphics guys weren't doing a better job on that.
You had to be paying attention. It was, like I said, it wasn't the. You watch games where you're doing something else, and that's kind of what everybody there was doing. So you look up, it's like, ordinarily you can tell right away, and it's just a little bit difficult. It was college football. I was fine, but. Was it the easiest watch?
I don't recall struggling to see where the ball was. I don't know.
No, you can see where the ball was. The yard markers all got wiped out with the wet. So, hey,
right.
listen.
Well, I'm saying, I don't know. Maybe I didn't have a whole lot of. I don't remember issues having trying to figure out where the ball was in position to field.
It was
maybe it wasn't as aesthetically pleasing, or it wasn't. I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe it took a little effort.
Yes,
okay.
That's it. We're here at Big Mike's where they put out a big effort because they're excited about high school football season in addition to college football season. Big Mike has been a long proponent of high school athletics in the area, and especially with Denham Springs High. And they are over Jamboree Week. They are open late after the games, and it's family friendly. So if you want to get something to eat with the family after the games, you can always come in here to Big Mike's after all of the area games. course, when we do game day this week, you'll have all the games on here in the sports bar. Great place to watch LSU. And then when the NFL starts next week, happy hour drink prices all day on Sunday, starting at 11 a.m. So if you come in to watch the NFL games, the Saints, and whatever else, what other games are on, you get those happy hour drink prices that is 3 to 7 Monday through Friday, but all day on Sunday starting at 11 a.m. It's $2.50 beer, domestic bottles, and drafts. It's $4 wells and $5 wines. You can get those all day on Sunday. So it's a great place to come and watch a game. Terrific lunch menu. We're here once a month. We always enjoy our time.
The big giant TV, the additions behind the bar were added at the end of the football last year.
Very, very nice. If you haven't done your fantasy football drafts, and there's still time, you can get one of the private rooms here to finish up there. Their league, the Big Mike's League, had their draft here yesterday, so they do a great job with that. It's a fantastic place. One of our favorites to come out and get a cold one and watch a game here at Big Mike's, where there's live music every weekend here on Aspen Square in Denham Springs. Live at lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch.
Oh no.
Ah, that's the sound of someone who's misplaced
My debit card.
their debit card.
Where did I leave that thing?
Not at the gas pump, or the checkout counter, or the roof of your car. Now, if he has the Chase mobile app, he can use Card Lock.
Wait, I could just lock my card.
Yep, just a few tippy taps on his phone, and that sound, that's peace of mind from Chase.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A. member FDIC.
Your fantasy draft is here. The Smack Talk is starting, and this season, ESPN Bet is giving you more ways to ride with your squad. Introducing ESPN Bet Fan Center, where you can instantly link and bet on your fantasy teams right in the ESPN Bet app. An enhanced sports betting experience only from ESPN Bet, the sports book for sports fans. Download the app today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Skip the ER and head straight to the specialists. Brock's After Hours Clinic treats sprains, strains, and breaks fast. Brock is open nights and weekends, 7 days a week, and walk-ins are welcome. Learn more at brortho.com. That's brortho.com.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch? Every day, from lunch to late night. Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Hey, it's Crash Gladys from Speed Freaks. Are you still paying full price for gas? Stop leaving money behind. Get real cash back every time you fill up with the free Upside app. Simply download the free Upside app in the App Store or Google Play right now and start earning cash at the pump today. Use limited time promo code IMPACT and get an extra 25 cents back per gallon on your first fill up. Listeners are making $200 to $300 a year just from buying the gas they already needed. Don't wait. Download the free Upside app now and use promo code IMPACT to redeem your 25 cent per gallon bonus. That's promo code IMPACT. Yeah, at first I thought it was too good to be true, but it's completely legit. Plus, you can cash out anytime. Don't let this offer drive on by. Download the free Upside app now by using limited time promo code IMPACT. That's promo code IMPACT for a limited time 25 cents per gallon bonus. Offers vary by user and location. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
Whether you're a citizen with a new bundle of joy or a citizen opening a new small business, there's one bank that's perfect for you. Citizens Bank and Trust. For more than 100 years, we've been more than just a bank. We've been part of your community with traditional savings accounts and personal lending to business services, SBA loans, and much more. We're here to help you build your future at every stage of life's journey. So come see us at Citizens Bank and Trust, a bank for all citizens. Member FDIC.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches.
Yes.
Is Iverstein on the log today?
I did see one. It's like, I think it was in the 11 o'clock. I only seen one today because the
Which
spots are
break?
different. Hold on. We about to come back in. I'll let you know. After
Okay.
this.
Okay.
Business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free. Live at lunch with Ott and Hanny from Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill in Denham Springs on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Remember, you can always get the show on demand, 1045ESPN.com, LouisianaSports.net. Brian Kelly press conferences are part of our Monday shows as we get the early 10 a.m. start here at Big Mike's in Denham Springs. So the first game of the season taking place in Ireland and Iowa State. These are two ranked teams. The Iowa State Cyclones beat Kansas State 24-21. So just general observation about the game, Jimmy. It was a little sloppy early with multiple fumbles in the first half. Iowa State won this game by 3 points. The yardstick was a little bit tilted towards Kansas State, but not much. Iowa State actually had more first downs, but
6 more.
They that was a
19-13, Charlie. It's like almost 50% more.
But Kansas State outgained them by 70 yards.
Okay.
So it was a little
side what you want.
Yeah, exactly.
Fourth down stat was the biggest.
I thought it was a really competitive game. Iowa State fumbles the ball, at point blank range on the first drive of the game, and you think, okay, is that gonna
come back turnover? It's a wash.
So is that gonna? But it was at the 1 yard line.
He fumbled where, at the 15?
It was a pitch dive, and
no, the fumbled punt.
Oh,
where they also lost their most explosive skill player.
Right, didn't come back in the game.
Yeah. So finally, a really boneheaded play. It's not just an injured pride.
You get multiple turnovers, and then I thought it was a rough day for the safeties from both teams. Got balls thrown over their head, some bad angles, one busted coverage. There were some big plays that were taken in there. I thought the quarterbacks were okay. I thought they were solid. They didn't make any huge mistakes. I felt a little bit old with Rocco Beck because we remember his dad, playing tight end in the NFL for a long time.
Oh, that's his dad, West Virginia tight end?
Anthony Beck.
Yeah. Colts?
Got in a fight after the game.
Colts, that wasn't good.
No.
With the brother, right?
No, that's Johnson's family.
Yeah, it was Avery Johnson. Avery Johnson's family.
I'm thinking
Way to go.
Sorry.
Way to go, Max.
Not really paying attention.
But, Iowa State, I thought they deserved to win the game. It could have swung the other way, but when they end up kneeling the ball on the 1 yard line, inside the 1 yard line. The player's supposed to go down there. He doesn't. He gets the first down. He dives for the end zone. They call a touchdown. They go back and look at it. The forearm's down. That's a break for Iowa State because now they can run it to the 2-minute warning. They can kneel it out with Kansas State with no timeouts left.
Probably over anyway.
Probably, but your famous one is like
no risk is better than low risk.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. You would have had a 2-score game. They would have probably won anyway.
Right.
But now they
probably
knock
coach
it out.
that understands the deal too. Oh, now spot the ball, let it run down. I mean, you would think. But some don't. The announcers certainly didn't.
Yeah.
But Charlie, okay, 70 more yards, 6 more first downs. But 19-13. Don't overreact to ugly offensive football in the first game of college football.
Especially
this
wet
was pretty
conditions,
ugly.
yeah.
Where was it most ugly?
I thought that I wouldn't have wanted to be in the secondary rooms when they go through this film with the balls that were thrown over their heads. And this is both teams that they were. Safeties that took bad angles.
I was pointing more toward the offensive side.
Oh.
We're talking about offenses being behind.
So
this is a tie into LSU's matchup too.
All right, well, go ahead. Tell me where you're going with this.
The offensive lines were horrendous. I mean, we can sit here and try and we can critique the quarterbacks. They were under a lot of pressure early. The protection was horrible. The running games were horrible. You talk about point blank. How'd they get to point blank? How many defensive penalties put them down inside the 2 yard line before they sweeped it off the face mask? I mean, this was horrendous. This was way worse than the actual field deteriorated too. I mean, it is ugly, ugly offensive football, but the lines could not block a lick. I mean, it's 7.5. But listen, missed fourth downs, failed fourth down attempts, and missed field goals or turnovers. That's 5-1. Kansas State's 1 for 4 on fourth down. Iowa State's 3 for 3. That's a +3 in turnover margin right there. And then you got the 2-1. So 5-1. Okay, penalties and turnovers. How about the penalties? 48-5.
Yeah, 6-1 or 5-1.
48-5 yardage.
Right.
I mean, like, it was, and these offenses and these offensive lines, it is the toughest game of the year for the offensive lines. And, LSU with this completely rebuilt offensive line going to Clemson against a respected defensive front at night, hostile territory. They better have a better plan than these crews did, because they didn't really help their quarterbacks out a ton. They started to do it with Beck. I thought that Campbell did it better, or does he have a quarterback that's more comfortable getting the ball out quicker than an Avery Johnson, who does so much stuff improvisationally?
Yeah, and I thought Beck did a good job of moving around a little bit.
He can move. He's not Avery Johnson, but he can move.
No, he's not the athlete that Johnson is, but I thought he did a good job of moving around. And I thought that he made some key throws. He was not the most accurate guy in the world, but he made the key throws, and including the last one, which, look, you think it's an easy little swing pass, but it's fourth down. The game's on the line, and
was
he
it
puts
fourth
it
down
right
in
there.
Las Vegas last year? Nuss's worst, the only bad throw of the game?
Yeah, it was. And that's that's in a dome and controlled
that's
conditions.
a game decider.
Yeah, it is. And this is I'm not going to go say these were awful conditions, but they weren't pristine either. That's a tough thing to deal with sometimes. Kansas State's likely going to kick themselves for a long time, like you said, on the mistakes that they made, any one of which might have swung this game into balance. And again, I thought the secondary play gave up some big plays that ended up being the biggest swings in this game, including the one that Kansas State scores to get within the margin, and then Iowa State gets the ball with 6.5 minutes to go and never gives the ball back. You don't talk about running 4-minute offense and really and strangling the clock. That was probably the most impressive drive of the game. Where they take it and they just completely they don't give you another chance. You don't get another at bat there for K-State.
I thought Campbell handled. I mean, now it takes execution of your team too.
Sure, yeah.
But I mean, he knew he had a chance to run it out, and he did. And so, but give us a situation again when he went 4 on 4th. That was the last play. That was 2.5 minutes to go.
4th and 3. Yeah, 4th and 3 from the 19 maybe.
Okay, right call, wrong call. I understand the result.
Everybody sitting there goes, this is to win. You win the game if you make this play. The field goals, again, with the conditions, the field goal is not I don't think it's a sure thing.
It's college kicking, too. There ain't a whole lot of college kickers. It's completely different level than NFL kickers. And the biggest thing is you make the field goal successfully, it's a one-possession game.
That's right.
But the biggest thing is you don't go for it on 4th and 12.
No.
There's a break off. Is it 5 yards?
5 yards.
6, 7, 8, 9. What is it?
The analytics says it's, if you want to listen to that part of it, it says it's 5 yards.
Okay, 8 yards? I'm trying to get them to jump off sides at least.
Well, they did that anyway. They went out there and tried to get them to jump off sides for the free first down. And
less than 5, they're more alerted, obviously.
Right. They didn't. They were at the 16. I said the 19.
What's your cutoff, Max?
Well, going up 6 just isn't all that helpful. I think everyone thinks it is. It forces the other team to go for a touchdown, and then they beat you, right? Where at least the 3 you go overtime. Yes. So I was certainly thinking they were going to go for it, but we've seen instances where they kick it. So I would have gone for it.
Field goal can't extend the game. That's the only thing. They have to score 7. That's it.
Correct.
That's what you're making. But I mean,
the reason I like the call, not that they made it, but the field position. Okay, if this is at the 35-yard line, and you've got a choice for a long field goal or to punt it and try to pin them back down there, that's different. They're at the
Why?
Well, because they're at the 16-yard line. If they miss it, Kansas State's still got to go 80-some-odd yards to beat you. Okay, they got to go 84 yards to beat you. Now, they can kick a field goal and extend it, but they got to go 84 yards to beat you in 2 minutes. So if I miss...
Iowa State had just given up a 65-yard touchdown one play.
Well, they did. You would have been playing, obviously, a lot softer in that situation if you
they were playing soft.
Well, you would have to play honest. You had to play honest with it. Well, no timeouts, but the clock stops with
2-minute
out of bounds last 5 minutes, and also with the first down.
My worst case scenario is, let's say the kid dropped the ball or Beck would have made a bad throw. They got to go 84 yards in 2 minutes and change, and they don't have timeouts left.
In a long way, Charlie, 5 is sort of my I'm going into the game at that's my sort of
That's
guideline.
what the computer says. That's what the analytics say. If that helps you.
I'm glad.
I know you could give a flip, but
I mean,
that's where it is.
But I mean, game flow. So how does game flow affect that decision? Because that trumps everything.
A ton. A ton.
You got a quarterback you trust who's into the rhythm of the game at that point. Do you not?
Yeah. And
okay. I mean, I'm going to lose it with with a guy I trust.
Honestly, I thought that their best chance to make it would have been to get. I thought Beck was going to end up running the ball. When they come to the line of scrimmage, I was like, he's going to get on the move, and if he sees, look, man, the wet conditions, you got a quarterback that can run. I think he's just going to tuck it, and he's going to try to get 3. He threw it, the guy was open.
You saw how they were up front. Then that's what, something a little bit with a little depth, was easy.
Rocco Beck, son of a coach, by the way. Anthony Beck, XFL Battlehawks head coach right
That's
now.
right.
Oh, see, I forgot he was coaching.
Yeah, there you go. So he's coaching.
So that's why he was fighting, huh, Max?
No, other guy. Sorry. Avery Johnson. But I thought both quarterbacks were fine in this game. I know the stats aren't great. It was the offensive lines that affected them.
Avery Johnson did not, and I don't want to overreact, I don't want to be a hypocrite. Avery Johnson did not show me in this year that he really worked on his passing a whole lot in the offseason. I want to see that first game or couple of games for that guy that can't shoot. How much did you work in the gym? How much did you shoot in the gym in the offseason? And we know he can run. The hardest guys to be committed to making throws from the pocket are the guys that are great athletes. He's one of them. He's just white, so no big deal. Okay, he can run.
Actually.
All right, but I mean, he was not any more settled, any more comfortable in the pocket than all of last year, and that's
they didn't run.
It's a little.
They should have run it more.
You're right, right. So he threw for the final box score. Oh, it's fine, 270 something, right? And that's not what my eyes showed me.
The 65-yard play did skew it a little bit.
We can't. Those count. They count.
6.7 yards per play to 4.2. I mean, they significantly outgained them, Kansas State. There was also a very big drop on that fourth down, if you remember, that Avery Johnson put it on a dime, and Kansas State receiver just dropped it. So Kansas State had their options, but certainly Iowa State could have won by double digits at the end.
They're going to hold up this game. They're going to talk about this game all year when we talk about the Big 12 standings, which are jumbled up. There's a lot of teams that could win this league. This was a big conference win for them.
Is Iowa State the front runner?
Well, they are now.
Are they the odds-on favorite now?
They should be, because the next toughest game that they play all year, their schedule's a little bit lighter, just an ounce lighter than I was. It's a lot of games.
They play 9 conference games, and there's no real weaklings. There's no real rent-a-wins in that league. There's no gimmies.
The best game on their schedule is Arizona State is at home. You got to go to Ames, and Arizona State's got to go to Ames in November. Okay.
Don't they go to Salt Lake City too?
They do not. Their schedule's a little bit lighter.
Kansas State goes to Salt Lake City.
Kansas State, yeah. And it has Baylor also, who may
There's
be
a
good.
lot. Texas Tech. Look, this
is a very good win, is what I'm saying.
In the conference previews, this conference was so jumbled, where you have the low point win totals at 2.5 and 3.5 in the other 3 major conferences, the Power Fours, and the highest is 10.5, 11. They're 5.5 and 8.5. It is so compact, and so let's not overreact to one result, because
but it's a big win.
We got 90 more critical results for the Big 12.
It's still that way. 6 teams within 5 and 9-1 in the conference. Iowa State actually 8-1, 5th choice still, but Kansas State falls to 11-1, just outside.
I'll just bet you when we get to November, we go back and say, "Hey, what about the tiebreaker? Oh yeah, the game in Ireland. This could play." I think it's a really nice win for Iowa State.
Don't forget our friends at Legacy Title. Chad Reynolds, Legacy Title for all of your real estate closings. 296-0060. Full-service title company servicing all of South Louisiana. Fast, friendly, professional services, which you get every time you call 296-0060. Buying, building, refinancing. Nobody choose but you. Choose Chad Reynolds, Legacy Title, 296-0060.
Live, Big Mike's in Denham Springs, live at lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch.
Did you hear that? That's a propane burner firing up another delicious outdoor seafood boil. I'm Miss Louisiana Gabrielle McLeod with some safety messages when cooking seafood outdoors. First, make sure your propane burner is at least 10 feet from anything flammable. Place thawed seafood in the pot, cover your shrimp, crab, crawfish, and fixings and leave 2 inches of space at the top of your pot. And don't forget the seasonings. Remove your seafood and set it aside so it drains. Then heat the water to the appropriate temperature. Turn the propane off at the tank and gently lower your pot using gloves or mitts. Then fire up your burner and cook as directed. Don't forget to turn off your burner before removing your seafood. Now sit back and enjoy another fabulous Louisiana feast. I'm Gabrielle McLeod, Miss Louisiana. For more delicious safety tips, go to louisianapropane.com.
Insurance companies have teams of professionals to fight your claim. If you want to know what your case is really worth, I'm Spencer Callahan. I'd like to know. Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
LA filing number 16-7970.
Don't just work a job, build a career with Custom Security Systems. They've protected South Louisiana for over 48 years, and we're hiring experienced installation and service technicians now. Competitive pay, steady work, and room to grow. Apply today at CustomSecuritySystems.com.
Save big during Labor Day at Lowe's. Get up to 40% off select major appliances. Plus, buy more to get up to an additional 20% off. Shop even more savings with 3 Stay Green 1 cubic foot vegetable and flower garden soil bags for $10. This Labor Day, take care of your home for less at Lowe's. We help, you save. Valid to 9/3. Soil offer excludes Alaska and Hawaii. Selection varies by location. Select locations only. While supplies last. See Lowe's.com for more details.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Parish Construction and Roofing. At Parish, we've got you covered. From the top of your roof, all the way down. Parish Construction and Roofing. Parish built. Parish built. Parish built. From your hometown, ParishBuilt.com.
Hi, Joe Barnes about Synergy Loan Lending. Curious about your buying power and refinance options? Consult with one of our loan officers who's been serving Louisiana for over 25 years. Look us up at synergyloanlending.com.
Toby Arsenault, NMLS 96596, an agent of Synergy One Lending Inc., NMLS 1907235, equal housing lender.
Hey Tigers, this is Colin Jeter, former LSU tight end and director of development at the LSU Alumni Association. Ready to put your business in front of LSU alumni and fans? Our new LSU Alumni Business Membership will connect you with a powerful network to showcase your business to Tiger Nation. Whether you're running a local startup or a national brand, the LSU Alumni Association is here to help your business roar. Join today at lsualumni.org/business network and show the world what it means to be a Tiger. lsualumni.org/business network.
Looking for a reliable and hassle-free trash removal? Trash Rangers is your answer. Go to trashrangers.com for residential pickup, commercial pickup, and roll-off dumpsters today.
Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. 5 brands on one lot. Shop BayouAutomotive.com.
Live at lunch with Ott and Hanny from Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill in Denham Springs on 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
Good news for Jaden Daniels. Terry McLaurin has signed a 3-year extension. Huh?
Daniel said that.
What's that?
Say he's coming on soon.
Yeah, well, he was right.
That Bengals Washington pregame, they interviewed him. Yeah.
3 years, $96 million. So McLaurin's got 2 weeks before the opener, roughly 2 weeks, 13 days.
Can we have a little parlay with all those guys that are going to sign right before, like
Parsons
in the next 10
is the
days?
weird one.
What's that?
Parsons is a bit of a flyer. I mean, he's
because
laying on the
Gary's
bench,
making it so public,
sleeping. Getting called out by Schottenheimer. He said he would speak to him.
Jerry Jones is creating some animosity and not exactly for.
That's the one that's I think most.
He's not Shiloh Sanders or anything. He can play. I mean, come on.
I think that there's a decent chance that Hendrickson could get traded. I think that the Bengals they've been entertaining offers for him for about a week. They want a first-round pick. They're not going to get that. But if they get a second-day pick and a player, I think that they would move him because he's dug in. He's not going to cave on that guaranteed money. I think that it's kind of a Bengals thing that they would trade him.
If they trade him, they're punting on the season, right? I mean, they're essentially acknowledging that.
They can't
Are they going to do that?
Yes, they're punting on the season.
Okay.
Again, another wasted year with Burrow.
Yeah.
Yes. They're so bad defensively, and he is by far their best. No, you can't take away your one good piece or one of your few good pieces from the biggest weakness
the
of your
Saints
team.
Haven't punted, quote unquote, because
No,
they think
they're
winning,
trying.
right?
Oh.
So do the Bengals still think they can win
They're
without
just
Trey
inept.
Hendrickson?
They must because they've agreed on the length of the contract and they've agreed on the money. They just haven't agreed on the guaranteed money, and so I don't get it. I think there's a chance. I'm not saying it's definitely going to happen. I think there's a chance he could get traded.
From an owner that but this is usual. The normal thing for the Brown family is to get it done in 6-7 days. That's their track record.
Yeah, and this has been dragging on for what, a year? I mean, he wasn't happy when he went to camp last year, much less now. And he's kind of dug in. I don't know. I think if the right offer comes across their desk, and like I said, it's a second day.
I think they're all getting done.
You think they all?
Yeah.
Okay. And that's possible.
They usually do.
That's possible. Who's the last non-quarterback to get traded for a first-round pick at that age? You got to go back 30 years, over 30 years, for a guy that was 30 or over that wasn't a quarterback that got traded for a first-round pick. I didn't know this. I read this morning. I would have never. I remember the trade after I read it, but I wouldn't have come up with
Cornelius Bennett go from no.
Cornelius Bennett wasn't in a contract holdout, but that's not who it is. But you're in the right era. It was Chris Dolman. Dolman got traded to the Falcons for a first-round pick when he was 30 years old.
And he did nothing for the Falcons.
He had two sort of nondescript years for the Falcons. He had 16 sacks in 2 years. He wasn't terrible. But then he went to San Francisco and just tore it up for 3 years for those really good Niners teams. Yeah, before he went back. And Chris Dolman, who passed away 4 years ago. We had the Saints on while we were doing the fantasy draft, and I thought going into that game, I said this on the air last week, I'm like, the Saints are going to play guys that are fighting for roster spots like further up the food chain than Denver. And Bo Nix did start, and I thought, the Saints.
Bo Nix started.
He started. He played 2 series, but I mean the Saints have got Rattler and Shook into this game well into the second half, and I thought, Denver's going to be playing mostly guys in the second half that are not going to make the roster. The Saints may, screw around and win this game. And not only did they not win, Denver's backups kind of control the action most of the way. I came away from it, if it's possible, even more discouraged. The guys said, how many games do you think the Saints are going to win? I said, 3. Maybe 4, but at this point, I'll be surprised if they don't have the worst record in the league. Maybe some of these guys come on. I realize Kamara hasn't played, but right now that looks like the worst roster in the league to me. And I've watched a decent amount of preseason football. And I know that that's not the be-all and get-all. A lot of the starters stayed out, but, man, it looks rough. Every bit as rough as what we expect.
No argument. I mean,
I can't. I'm trying to search for what about this? And my hope is that some of these young players, get
Mickey
better.
Loomis is delusional enough to say he wants to turn it around. Doesn't he know that? Man, you want to save your legacy? bow out 3 months ago,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah. Like
let it look like it got worse after you left instead of you left at a dumpster fire. It's got no chance. But he's told numerous people, no, I want to get this thing straight. Charlie, not this year, but when they're gonna get it straight?
You know my feelings on him. So what did you think of the trade? We hadn't talked since they made the trade. They get this receiver, Devon Valet from Denver, because they want a big target. They trade a 4th-round pick for him. He had a very good rookie. He's 27, but he went on a Mormon mission, so he was a rookie last year. He caught 41 passes for 475 yards and 3 touchdowns, and he does fill a need. But if you're rebuilding like New Orleans, whatever they want to call it, you don't trade 4th-round picks ordinarily. I found myself going, you know what? Mickey Loomis is going to screw up most of the 4th-round picks anyway, and I went back and looked at him, and most of his 4th-round picks over the last 10 years have not been good. So at least this guy can play.
You don't throw away picks when you got nothing at stake now. Come on, you know that.
But this isn't throwing away a pick. This is a kid that actually looks like he can play a little bit. I don't trust. Would I have made the trade? No. But
okay.
Do I
you said they're
trust
going to
him?
win 3 games.
Yeah.
They added this guy. How many games are they going to win? 3.
Yeah.
Okay. So what?
Well,
he's
because
a young piece. He's another young piece.
Because he's under contract control for 3 more years. And I don't trust them to go out and make a 4th-round pick that can play worth a flip. I mean, I've seen the 4th-round picks.
Yeah,
Not counting
you trust
this
the
year.
next guy coming in?
What?
If this thing is 2-12, you think Miss Gale can stay hold and make sure everything's fine at Thanksgiving dinner?
We all feel the same way about Loomis, but
well, I mean, no, but I mean, the reality of it is he's family,
Mm-hmm.
but it will come to a point where she had to overstep family last time.
Yeah.
Right?
She did.
So no. We're gonna bye a week. We got 3 home games. This is not going to be pretty if I don't make. Sorry, Mickey. I'm making a call on this one. 2-12. Iowa Realm?
No, I don't. 1-13. 0-14 is not off the table.
Well, no, come on.
Well, no, they're probably back into 1, but it's not.
Come on, they might win their first one. You never know.
They could.
You never know.
They could.
That's when they have a full roster, nobody's hurt. That's your best chance.
And it's a last place schedule, so there's some places in there that they can. But if I get this kid, would I have made a trade? No. But the 4th-round picks, not counting this year, Nick Saldivari, Jake Hayner, Ian Book.
So you're changing
Landon
your
Young.
philosophy of so many years that draft picks are gold now.
No, listen to me. I would not have made the pick. I don't think this is the thing you do. But given the fact that I think Loomis is going to screw up the 4th-round pick anyway, at least they got somebody who looks like he can play a little bit. That's how far down the line I am, Jimmy.
Yeah,
it's
because
like
you know how many people are
changing-
talking about the Saints bringing over this guy and how impactful that is? Us. That's it.
No, most people are saying, why'd you give up a draft choice?
No,
Why'd
nobody's
you go
even. It's not even on the radar.
Anybody that has talked about it,
it's not.
They put all of those things. There were like 4 or 5 trades that day. Sky Moore left the Chiefs, and they were like, okay, if all these trades are great, the trades, New Orleans shouldn't be trading draft picks. And I'm like, no, they shouldn't, but
No,
at
they
least this
shouldn't.
guy can play a little bit anyway. The whole thing.
If you had to do,
Real
you
bad.
do it?
No. I
Okay.
wouldn't.
Okay.
No,
Just make.
no,
Okay.
I wouldn't.
I thought we were losing you there for a second. So.
But I'm
don't
just
let
as,
Mickey
I'm just
Loomis
as confident that
incompetence, try and stray you.
And it is.
Yeah.
That's the bad thing. I'm okay in this trade because I don't have any confidence that he can pick anybody any better. Look at these drafts, man.
Don't forget our friends at Total. New guys can only be. Still, you gotta build them up. Total Maintenance over at Baton Rouge. Yes, indeed. If it breaks down, you call our friends Lucas or Gusa. The folks over at Total Maintenance, one of South Louisiana's oldest and largest air conditioning and heating companies since 1980. Again, 480-1000. 480-1000. Total Maintenance. Again, service today, every day means you will never sleep hot. You call today, we're going to get to you today. Nobody sleeps hot when you call 480-1000. Total Maintenance.
Live at Big Mike's, live at lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch.
Coach Saban here, and let me tell you, every second matters. Preparation is everything, and that's why I trust Kidder Smoke Alarms.
And as North America's #1 home fire safety brand, they're built to respond over 25% faster to smoke detection. Kidder helps protect what matters the most. Find it at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Number one fan based on total household installations as of December 2023. 29% faster average smoke detection based on internal testing of smoldering wood fires for Kidder 9th edition versus leading competitor 8th edition products.
Adam Schefter here with Vivid Seats live from the stands, and we've got a special update. Sources confirm fans using the Vivid Seats app are racking up rewards with every ticket and doing it fast. With an unbeatable lineup of seats and perks that go the distance, why use any other app for game day? Don't fumble this season. Grab your tickets through Vivid Seats, download their app, earn rewards, and as the official ticketing partner of ESPN, get $20 off your first $200 in-app purchase with code Schefter. That's code Schefter.
Why do the national tax resolution firms need the tiny fine print at the bottom of all their TV ads? Hi, this is Kerry Bryson with the Bryson Law Firm. You don't hear fast talk disclaimers in our ads because the claims we make are 100% transparent. The Bryson Law Firm primarily focuses on one thing, IRS problems. We're regulated by the Louisiana Bar Association, and we have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. IRS issues are serious legal issues. The Bryson Law Firm can help you navigate your way to the best resolution plan, and we will tell you up front how much you can expect to pay us throughout this process. So before you send money to some out-of-town high-pressure salesperson, give us a call at the Bryson Law Firm. Our headquarters are located in Lafayette, Louisiana, and we have offices across the state. Call today at 1-855-LA-TAX-HELP to schedule your free consultation with your local tax resolution law firm or visit BrysonLawFirm.com. LSB filing number LA2416924.
Looking for the perfect ride for your next getaway? Rent a car for the week at All-Star Toyota and only pay for 6 days. That's right, get 7 days of adventure for the price of just 6. Whether you're heading out on a road trip, need a vehicle for the week, or just want something new to drive, we have got you covered.
At All-Star Toyota, we offer a wide selection of Toyota vehicles, ready to hit the road when you are. Conveniently located at Airline and Goodwood in Baton Rouge. Visit us today and check out our website at allstartoyotabatonrouge.com for more details.
All-Star Toyota.
People you know, cars you trust.
I'm Attorney Gordon McKernan. I want to let you know that we have a local office in Baton Rouge that is able to handle your case with care and attention. After being in an accident, the last thing you want to do is travel. Our local hometown attorneys are here to ensure you receive the highest quality legal service and help get you the compensation you deserve. Reach out to our team of local attorneys to handle your case. Call us at 225-888-8888.
Hey, get it done. Ain't going. Results may vary according to the price of each case. Baton Rouge, LA 22-13-644.
Rev delivers fiber-powered technology for your home and your business with phone, internet, TV, and security that keeps you connected. Backed by local teams. It's 6 months of Rev business service free plus a price lock. Call or click today. Some restrictions apply.
In Baton Rouge, we're entrepreneurs and connoisseurs. We have careers to grow, green beans to throw, and drinks to go. We're innovators and tailgaters. We're the birthplace of swamp blues, good brews, and whatever combo you choose. With local suppliers and industry hires, startups, and set it offs. We're a gumbo pot of people, cultures, and flavor in all its forms. Need another reason to put down roots or kick up your boots? We've got one more. It's just better in Baton Rouge. Better in BTR. Why
do billion-dollar insurance companies regularly delay and deny valid claims? Because that's how they got to be billion-dollar insurance companies. If you've been injured, I'd like to help.
Spencer Callahan is on the scene for 3872323.
LA filing number 16-7969.
Live at lunch with Ott and Hanny from Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill in Denham Springs on 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
LSU Clemson watch party here on Saturday night. DJ Preston Wallace will be providing the entertainment during the game. You'll watch the game over here. It's a really upbeat atmosphere, and they get the DJ going. It's a lot of fun. I watched some Saints games over here over the years. It's a lot of fun. And, of course, if you're here for the NFL, the happy hour drink prices are good all day on Sunday, and they're open late for high school football on Saturday, on Friday nights. Couple of starting quarterbacks are being announced today for college teams. Zach Calzada starting for Kentucky. We expected that one. How many different colleges has he played for? It seems like he's been
3.
Yeah, and
all SEC, huh?
Cornet Word.
No, he was at Cornet Word.
Okay, 4 then.
And
A&M, Auburn, and Kentucky.
Yeah, this is his 4th team.
Okay.
Yeah, he never actually. He was at Auburn for a year. He never played. He was hurt the whole year, but he was there a year. Yeah.
He was They didn't know if he was going to get him. Incarnate Word was calling him at halftime in Thibodeau. They couldn't score against the Colonels, baby.
The Colonels look good, and in a shock to absolutely
Some character had him money line screaming at the win sportsbook, born on the bayou.
Go Colonels, and in a shock to absolutely nobody.
Max
Bryce
can't take Max anywhere.
Bryce Underwood has been named the starting quarterback at Michigan, but we knew that.
Really?
Yeah.
No. Mikey Keene didn't beat him up?
Absolutely nobody.
Mikey Keene comes up to his belly button.
Hour number 2 straight ahead. Brian Kelly press conference coming your way at 11:40. We're at Big Mike's in Denham Springs, live at lunch. 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch.
Start living life to the fullest. Join all of our patients who have transformed their smile in just one day at the Fusion Implant Center. Hi, this is Dr. Leo Reagan.
And I'm Dr. Michael Casadaband. Dentists from all over Louisiana are referring their patients to the Fusion Implant Center, where we specialize in treating missing teeth and creating that perfect smile in just one day.
Dentists recommend Fusion Implant Center because our board-certified doctors ensure that every procedure is done correctly, painlessly, and cost-effectively in our state-of-the-art facility.
The Fusion Implant Center is the only facility in Louisiana equipped with a team of experts where no procedure is too complex. So if you have failing teeth and want to eliminate dentures completely, ask your dentist about the Fusion Implant Center.
Make today the day you change your smile forever. Call us or visit FusionImplantCenter.com. Remember, one moment can change a day, and one day can change your life. Your perfect smile starts at the Fusion Implant Center.
Guarantee Media is hiring. Come join the team that has been named one of the best places to work in Baton Rouge. Local trendsetters who are committed to your career growth. GuaranteeMedia.com. An equal opportunity employer. GuaranteeMedia.com.
Skip the ER and head straight to the specialists. Brock's After Hours Clinic treats sprains, strains, and breaks fast. Brock is open nights and weekends, 7 days a week, and walk-ins are welcome. Learn more at brortho.com. That's brortho.com.
Save big during Labor Day at Lowe's. Get up to 40% off select major appliances. Plus, buy more to get up to an additional 20% off. Shop even more savings with 3 Stay Green 1 cubic foot vegetable and flower garden soil bags for $10. This Labor Day, take care of your home for less at Lowe's. We help, you save. Valid to 9/3. Soil offer excludes Alaska and Hawaii. Selection varies by location. Select locations only. While supplies last. See Lowe's.com for more details.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here. Based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025, Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on their network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. All internet pricing up to $20 a month in bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
At Tommy's Windows, Doors, and Siding, we're not just windows. We're also hardy plank siding, vinyl siding, and wood windows. Check out our website to see what we offer today, GEAUX,
Why do billion-dollar insurance companies regularly delay and deny valid claims? Because that's how they got to be billion-dollar insurance companies. If you've been injured, I'd like to know.
Spencer Callahan is on the scene for 3872323.
LA filing number 16-7969.
WNXX Jackson, KNXX, Donaldsonville, and WTGL, HD2, Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers, LA 21-12681, offices in Baton Rouge. From Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill in Denham Springs on 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
We return here at Big Mike's in Denham Springs. We are on our football schedule now, which means the Monday shows will start at 10 a.m., as well the Friday shows for Football Friday. But our Monday shows will include the Brian Kelly press conference in the middle. So if you are joining us on Mondays, join us an hour early. And then at 11:40, we'll hand it over to Chris Blair and Gordy Rush for the preview segment, and then Brian Kelly takes the podium at about noon, and then we come back here at about 12:30 at Big Mike's to wrap it up. LSU and Clemson this weekend. DJ Preston Wallace, the big watch party here. Lots of fun at Big Mike's. Open late for high school football. Jamboree action coming up this weekend. And then, of course, the entire season. Family friendly. You can bring the kids in afterwards to Big Mike's, get something to eat after the games. Happy hour 3 to 7, Monday through Friday, and all day on Sunday. If you're coming out for the NFL, it's $2.50 beer, draft, and bottles domestic, $4 wells, and $5 wines here at Big Mike's.
No, it's kind of like a... It's tastefully done. You got a little divider. I mean, you want to come in the bar area and watch the games. You want a little bit more of adult type of atmosphere, fine. Yep. If you want a little bit more friendly, family, you're on that side, and then you have some of the other rooms that are a little bit more private as well.
Yeah, we did the event at Rufino's last night. We get up and we do the LSU preview, and we're talking about a lot of things. There was another scrimmage on Saturday night, though. It was it felt like I didn't go. It had another event to go to, but seemed like from the people I talked to in the reports, more of a dress rehearsal than anything else. Nussmeier did not throw in the scrimmage. There were some other key players held out. The most notable thing was probably that Carius Kern didn't practice there. I think Kern has been kind of pushing for more playing time, and I think eventually he will be in the starting lineup in this season. I'm not saying it's going to be for week number 1, but I think his situation, he's not the same body type of player, but the situation reminds me of Emory Jones, his freshman season, where he didn't start the opener, but he got in there shortly after that and remained a starter the rest of his career. I kind of feel the same way about Kern. It may take him a little bit longer.
Is that put together as a true freshman?
He is.
He's
not the same.
Emory was fully developed or close to it, man. Very unusual.
This kid is got really good feet for 330 pounds, and he's kind of a mauler. I think it's going to take him
330.
No. He, like I said, he's not the same body type. But
okay. I'm sorry.
But he is. He's advanced for where he is. I don't expect he's going to start Saturday. Kelly may tell us different, but I think he's going to force his way in the lineup.
Humongous guy from Neville go to that it was light on his feet. He just had to work on his body.
Oh, is the Lance Hurd?
Yeah.
Yeah, he ended up at Tennessee.
Did he finish his eligibility?
He's still. He's at. No, he's still there. I think this is year 3 or year 4 for him. I think he's was back there. He had. He's back there for his 3rd season. He was always a gigantic guy. I was at left tackle. Sometimes he looks against really quick edge rushers. He looks a little slow-footed, but he keeps coming. He's an NFL guy. I don't think there's any question. But he's probably. I see him more as an NFL guard. At least what I saw at Tennessee last year. The quick edge rushers give him problems.
I just don't know. I mean, like Emory was not as tall, but he was just so thick.
And he was athletic.
So young.
And he was
athletic.
athletic.
He played basketball.
Yeah.
He was a good basketball player. And so he was agile.
Yeah. I remember that play he made on the punt return against Tennessee.
This kid, you look at him like, oh, man, he's going to need some work. But then you watch him move, hurt. And I was like, wait, man, he's a little lighter on his feet than but he just had to work on his body. That's all. I was,
Yeah, he's playing left tackle for Tennessee. It's when they get to the draft next year, it'll probably be one of those things like what they talked about with Will Campbell this year. It's like, was he going to have to start out at guard and then work his way into being a tackle at the NFL level? And that's not a terribly uncommon path. That's happened before. A lot of people forget Andrew Whitworth spent his first 2 years in the NFL at guard before he became a really elite tackle. So sometimes there's a learning curve, and I think that Hurd might be that. I think that Kern could see some time at guard. here before he. I think he's an all-conference player before he finishes.
Oh,
it's just a matter of when he's going to get into the.
Blank. I don't know why the guy that was so good out of Wisconsin for LSU. I mean, for the Saints. He was,
Ramczyk.
Ramczyk.
Mm-hmm.
He started. Did he start out guard at any or just right tackle?
And for the Saints, he was always a tackle. I don't remember if he played any guard at Wisconsin or not.
Well, the guy from Stanford certainly did. They thought he was going to be.
Yeah. Andrews Pete was drafted as a tackle, but played the majority of his career at guard.
I just couldn't remember with the kid from Wisconsin.
Yeah, so. Ramczyk was not a highly recruited kid at all. In fact, he early in his career at Wisconsin, he almost gave up football.
Going back to their roots with their offensive system, as they should. That's their fertile ground, man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know. You're not South Florida.
No.
I mean, you know.
I thought Fickle would have them a little further along at this point.
But Charlie, they tried to go completely.
They tried to change. I know.
85% of the fans too. Oh, we got to modernize. We got to modernize. We got to modernize. Well, they tried. I'm like, no, we probably should go. 8-9 wins a year ain't bad.
Yeah, and I
picked
thought
to finish last, right at the bottom of Big Ten this year.
And that's really surprising to me that Fickle is not further along. I thought he was a good coach.
What do you mean further? Charlie, he tried to completely metamorphosize the system that they're best built for.
Well, that's on him. Like I said, I thought he was a better coach than that. I thought he would have.
I don't think he was the first one to start it. It was kind of like this 2 or 3 year process. I think multiple coaches, and then finally, like, this is enough.
Well, he tried to run when he was running at Cincinnati, right?
At one point at the Curly Hallman, some people were like, 74, 8-3 ain't bad.
Yeah. What he ran at Cincinnati was more of a
it was tailor-made to Desmond Ridder because he was more of a runner early, and then his last year he did develop some, and he could run more, legitimate passing routes.
So wasn't the idea that he could run something similar to that because he could get a Desmond Ridder type at Wisconsin?
4 wides, bringing in the quarterback from SMU who threw it all, the whole thing. No, it was nobody was going to alter their offensive system, and it just was bad. It was just bad.
Yeah, so it's still bad. now you can go back the other way.
Well, let's see. They might be ahead of people's expectations because a lot of these magazines are on previous results, which is okay. That's fair. But like LSU's defense, what are people saying about their defense outside of this little area? That is, well, if they can stop anybody, well, Nussmeier's going to have to carry them. They suck on defense now.
Right.
No, they're way better on defense this year.
Because
if they're not, we're going to be all surprised, right?
It's been because it's been since when's the last time LSU's defense was better than the offense? 17?
18.
18 Burrow's first year. Okay, so you're going back, 7 years now. But if you look at the roster, which we have done, and the defense has had there's nobody that's been out there from the gigantic horde of media that's covering practice. There's nobody that I have heard, including me, that thinks that the offense has outperformed the defense in this camp. And there are, depending on who goes out there with the first group, we run this stat enough here, the number of experienced starts that are going to be on the second unit. They're going to be able to rotate guys in and out on that defensive line. I think you're going to play as many as
right,
8 defensive backs. There's a lot of guys.
But people with the same knowledge of LSU that we have of Wisconsin.
Right. They don't know.
No, but they're going back. They no, Wisconsin sucked for so long. So Alvarez, as much as he wants to try and intervene from time to time, as he's done in the past, coaching the Rose Bowl, whatever it is, I mean, that's the way. That was the right recipe, was it not?
Mm-hmm. No.
But when you can't quite get over that hump, okay, we're good. We made back-to-back Rose Bowls. We won back-to-back Rose Bowls, and we still want more. Well, no, this is your best path. That's all, and you get out of what you do best.
And I think we talk about this LSU defense. We think it's going to be a lot better. We talk about the LSU offensive line. We think there's going to be some continuity
We're
problems.
not seeing live action. Really,
we're not, but we've seen a little bit of live action.
The quarterbacks can't get hit.
The line play, though. Don't you think that this weekend, the build up to this game nationally, I'm not talking about in Baton Rouge or in Clemson, nationally is going to be, these are 2 of the best quarterbacks, if not the 2 best quarterbacks in college football. This is going to be a high-scoring game, and we don't think it's going to be. At least I don't think it's going to be.
No, I don't either.
I think the line play is going to dictate that this is a much lower scoring game in the total, which I think is still at 58. And I think that will be an eye opener. There's going to be a lot of light on this game. Ohio State, Texas is going to be long over. There's going to be a lot of light on this game. It'll be the best game going at the time, and everybody's tuning in to see the quarterbacks.
Yeah, no, they staggered it right. They put Notre Dame and Miami on Sunday. Snuck Florida State and Alabama in between of Ohio State, Texas, and LSU, Clemson.
And if you ask, you were out in Vegas, people that are not like into either one of these programs, just astute watchers of college football, they're probably thinking we're going to see these. Yeah,
but as we remind everybody, it's a hard week to really be good. And, man, the offensive lines. Okay, you don't think this game Saturday in Dublin was a Clemson-LSU light? These are two pretty respected quarterbacks. They're not going to be the draft level. These next two guys are. But if you want to rank, I mean, I don't know, look at quarterback rankings or whatever.
There's plenty of quarterbacks worse than those two guys.
These two guys are in the top 20, huh?
Yeah, plenty of guys worse than these.
They might not be in the top 5, but in the top 20, top 15.
Absolutely.
And what did it look like? It looked way worse than what we would normally see, right?
Yeah.
Was part of the field. What I know is every year we see a lot of these ugly offensive games in week 1. And so that's when – so you're going to play that place, and, man – the lines, I was just, whenever I live bet, do not, you want a little gauge, do not watch the ball. Watch the line of scrimmage, especially in college where the disparities. In the pros, you just can't dominate a line of scrimmage that much. You can't, and I'm like, this is more under. They can't block. They were really having a hard problem. And that's one unit that had 3 returning offensive linemen, 2. So both more than what LSU's got going into this game.
And if the scoring in this game, and again, I may end up looking like an idiot if this is wrong, but I think a lot of the scoring is going to be predicated on big plays. I don't think either one of these teams is going to do a lot of these sustained drives, especially LSU, against that Clemson defensive front. I'm not expecting 10-play, 75-yard drives. I'm expecting that LSU is going to get their points off of chunk plays. A Hilton gets loose. A Brown gets loose. A Durham gets loose.
Do you have enough protection to throw downfield?
Well, that's the real question, isn't it?
Well, you're going to have to pick your spots, because if you go in there surprised that you having protection issues, you're not paying attention.
What I'm hoping is that there is enough of the quick game, and I'm not saying they're going to run a lot of screens, but is there enough of the screen game? Is there enough of the quick game where you get the ball out to this Barry and Brown, okay, and he slips a tackle? Well, that might be 40 yards, okay? He slips one tackle. That might be 40 yards. You get one over-the-top play, okay? That's where I think the scoring is going to come from.
Well, I'll be shocked if they're not. It's not coming out of Nussmeier's hand quick. Early.
And Klubnik, too. I mean, he experienced enough hand.
I think there's more of a concern for the protection for LSU coming in to this game. Okay.
There is, but I also think Nussmeier's a better quarterback.
Klubnik is way more of a dual threat guy, too.
Yeah.
Okay? Maybe there's the biggest late game lead changing, a play. Was that 50-yard touchdown run with 2.5 minutes to go at Pitt? They're down.
Mm-hmm.
And he gets and he goes. So he's a runner. Also, he's a true dual threat, and he's just getting by. He can't throw like Nussmeier, but he can throw good enough where you got to respect both his arm and his legs. That's what everybody's trying to get when they try and make an athlete, quarterback. Although he was more of an accomplished passer coming out of high school than some of these other guys. But the thing is, no matter how good LSU's offensive line is going to be, one thing we know, this is the toughest assignment.
I said that last night.
First game, on the road, respect a quality front, hostile. This is the toughest game.
Line them up 1 to 12, the opponents. This is the toughest.
Would that Alabama be the second? Maybe, but it can't.
On paper right now, it is.
What game of the schedule is that on? 8th?
9, yeah.
Okay. Damn, but the offensive line ain't better by then, man. We ain't getting our money's worth.
My line is kind of the South Carolina game, which is 5. You've got 4 weeks plus an off week before you get there. I would like it to be settled,
but that's a home game.
It is a home game, but you got 5 games before that. Okay, 3 of them tough games, 2 of them rental wins, and an off week. You need to have it. You need to have it settled by then. And as far as Klubnik running the football, I don't in any way doubt his talent. I'm just going to tell you two things. Number one, that Harold Perkins is out in space again, and he can still run. And number two, A.J. Halsey is a physical, instinctive, downhill physical guy. These are two players in space that I hope will be able to throw out any of these gigantic runs, those 50-yard runs. Klubnik's going to run for some first downs. He's going to run on a 3rd and 8, and he's going to scramble out of trouble, and he's going to get that first down.
Right.
There's going to be some plays like that.
He's going to have some of those.
You're not going to shut him out, but not that 50-yard play.
Design run plays might be, as you become more of an accomplished passer, your design run plays should go down. I mean, but those critical 3rd downs, we'll see. Yeah. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, both of us expect more. Harold Perkins. Would LSU have made it to the SEC championship game that first year if he was playing middle linebacker?
No.
Okay.
No.
Just making sure we're on the same
I did a show in.
I'm just making sure we're on the same.
I did a show in Arkansas last week, and the guy, he says, Perkins, he's still there? We had nightmares about that guy. Yeah, he's still here. Back in the position he's supposed to be, finally.
Don't forget our friend at Workbox. Workbox, again, movable storage needs, commercial or residential, shipping containers of custom storage containers of all different sizes. Most companies come with one standard size. Not a Workbox. We could go all the way from 8x8 to 8x40 feet. You want a tool storage container for a job site? No problem. Custom lunchroom? No problem. Custom work site for welders, plumbers, custom safety storage near the plant? No problem. We will customize it. Part offers, part storage, whatever you want. Climate control, shelving, lighting, to any desire, to any need that you have. So it makes it much more convenient for your operation. We're now bigger and better ever. Of course, Martine Sr. been here for a long time. Martine Jr. now there. Hannah, Brandy, Chris Brooks. Our second office at Workbox allows us to cover the entire Gulf Coast area to New Orleans, Baton Rouge, all the way to Lake Charles. So servicing all these areas and everywhere in between. Workbox at WorkboxLLC.com, 343-4886.
Live at Big Mike's Denham Springs, live at lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch.
Since the 1930s, Supreme Rice has delighted their customers for all of your favorite South Louisiana dishes. Whether you like the brown, long grain, medium grain, jasmine, or the new parboiled rice, Supreme Rice makes your favorite dishes even better. They even have a healthy low glycemic rice, a great option for diabetics and those who have high insulin resistance. Supreme Rice is proud to be part of the Climate Smart program, which promotes water conservation and reduces methane emissions so future generations of Louisiana farmers can enjoy the same benefits. For more information and great recipes, find them online at SupremeRice.com. By now you know that we do our show every other Tuesday at the Crowntown Room at Doe's Eat Place. The Crowntown Room is ideal for larger groups, or if you just want to watch the game on one of our 3 large TVs. The tamales are the most popular appetizer, but don't forget the seared tuna with the sriracha glaze. For the perfect blend of sweet and spicy, you can't go wrong also with the flash-fried oysters or the shrimp. The porterhouse is the perfect steak to share. Strip on one side, filet on the other, prepared at different temps if you like, bone in to maximize flavor. Doe's Eat Place on Government Street, just off Acadian in the heart of Mid-City.
Sammy's Grill on Highland Road since 1988. A hometown favorite for tailgating and watching LSU games in a casual atmosphere with the friendliest service. We're now boiling crabs at Sammy's every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday starting at 5 p.m. and on Friday, Saturday, Sunday starting at noon. Sammy serves a wide mix of authentic Louisiana food prepared to order with the best ingredients available. Fresh Louisiana seafood, Cajun favorites, burgers, and po' boys, all built from scratch. Our kids' menu and popular appetizers are sure to please the pickiest of eaters. Sammy's Grill on Highland Road near Starring since 1988.
This is Charles Hanger for Coastal Capital Advisors, your full-service financial planners. When it comes to retirement, there are no two situations alike. So Coastal Capital Advisors will work with you, your business partners, your legal team, and tax professionals to make sure those goals are achieved. Coastal Capital Advisors will work for you. I know, because they work for me. For more information, contact Phil Fontenot and his great staff at 337-981-1376 or online at coastalcapitaladv.com. Advisory services provided by New Age Advisors, LLC, doing business as Coastal Capital Advisors as a registered investment advisor. Securities offered through New Age Securities, Inc., member FINRA, SIPC.
Have you been arrested or even issued a traffic ticket? Everyone makes mistakes. Hi, I'm Donna Brown from the law offices of O.C. Brown. If you find yourself in an unfortunate situation with the law, call us today and we can help you resolve your problem. Whether it's just a traffic matter or something more serious. No criminal matter is too big or too small for us to aggressively and effectively represent you. Before making any decisions, call us at 225-143-1111 for your free consultation. You can also visit us at ocbrown.com. The law offices of O.C. Brown, your law firm, for a lifetime.
This is Charles Henniger for Home Bank. If you're tired of the impersonal, one-size-fits-all style of banking, you deserve a bank that delivers exceptional service and personalized attention to your needs. That's the Home Bank standard. Since 1908, Home Bank has been a trusted financial partner for your businesses and families because they go the extra mile to help you reach your goals. See for yourself why Home Bank is good for business and good for life. Stop by any South Louisiana, Houston, or Natchez area location or find out more at home24bank.com. Home Bank, member FDIC.
When it comes to celebrating life, there's no better place than Rufino's. With locations in Baton Rouge and Lafayette, Rufino's is a steak, seafood, and Italian-inspired restaurant that focuses on the celebration of life, regardless of the occasion. Whether it's the food they serve or the service they provide, their goal is to ensure a remarkable experience for their guests that is always remembered. To view our menu, visit Rufino'sRestaurant.com. Rufino's, where Louisiana comes to celebrate life.
Sometimes it's so hard to find someone to do home repair, odd jobs due to storm damage, or just regular wear and tear over time to your home. Do like I did and call Clean Sweep Restoration and Demolition. Roofing, flooring, debris removal, electric, sheetrock, painting, and much more. Pretty much whatever home maintenance you need, Clean Sweep can help with. Call Pat Green at 300-7064 for a free no-obligation estimate. Fully licensed and insured, reasonably priced, and for over 20 years in the greater Baton Rouge area. Clean Sweep Restoration and Demolition, 300-7064.
Live at lunch with Ott and Hanny from Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill in Denham Springs on 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
We're also brought to you by the Thibodeau Store and the Pierre Part Store, 900 St. Patrick Highway in Thibodeau and Highway 70 in Pierre Part. Look, LSU's on the road this weekend, but tailgating starts with the home opener. Following week against Louisiana Tech, get yourself outfitted at one of these two stores. Your grills, your griddles, your crawfish pots, your jambalaya pot. I know you're not boiling crawfish in September, but trust me, if you need cookware, outdoor cookware for your home outdoor kitchens or for your tailgating supplies, be at the Thibodeau Store and the Pierre Part Store. Jimmy, you just made your run there, huh?
It's time to load up on all your outdoor cooking needs. Tailgating season, you cannot do it without it. I mean, you'll be blown away with the supplies. I mean, every little gadget, every little thing that you need, and things that maybe you don't need that just makes it a lot easier, a lot more enjoyable. So that's the thing, man. Go check out my friends over at the Thibodeau Store and the Pierre Part Store for your outdoor cooking needs for this football season.
Again, the website, thethibodeaustore.com. Okay, guys, and I know you were traveling yesterday, but going to 15, I got to work in a little golf here before we send to the Brian Kelly pressure. Going to 15, Scotty Scheffler's within 2 of the lead, okay? Tommy Fleetwood, who has...
Who's going to 15?
Scheffler.
Okay.
He's going to 15 within 2 of the lead. He's in second place, tied for second place at that point. It's the par 3, water all over the place. What did you think was going to happen when it went to 15?
I watched the whole day yesterday. I got back early. So, I thought Scheffler was going to at least hit it to, 20, 25 feet.
I thought he was going to stick it. I really did. I thought he was going to stick it about 8 feet from the doggone pin, and he's going to make
in
a
the fairway on his drive? Is that when you started?
It's a par 3.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So I thought he was going to stick it, and he was going to make birdie, and he was going to be within one shot of the lead, and Tommy Fleetwood was going to have real pressure on him.
What was he shooting for the day, Max, at that point?
3 under. Just made a nice birdie.
Fleetwood was like
even
par for the day at that point? Maybe
Fleetwood,
1 under?
He was about 1 under. I think he had not quite birdied the 13th yet.
Yeah, he was 2 under for the day.
Yeah, Charlie, I wish I could have remembered that exact point, but no, I don't know.
I thought he was going to stick it.
I was watching it on the plane. It was available.
I'll put it to you this way. If you had given me a multiple choice, what's going to happen here? He's going to put it 8 feet from the hole. He's going to put it 20 feet from the hole. He's going to put it on the fringe or whatever. The last thing I would have picked was Scotty Scheffler was going to put it in the water. And that's what he did. He pulled it, and that was it for
the last time
he
hit it in the water.
When he was in 10th grade,
he hit it out of bounds on the first tee. I mean, made bogey on the first hole, but hit it out of bounds left. He had a case of the lefts this year, as good as he was this year. I don't want to shortchange him here.
Boy, you're nitpicking, huh?
I am.
This goal sure is heavy.
Early in the season, when he hadn't won, he's coming off the ravioli incident and hadn't won in his first 4 or 5 months of the season. The issue was a left miss, especially off the tee, and it kind of crept up again in this tournament where he was missing left. He missed left on one off the tee, and of course left in the water on 15. So look, it's a small miss. It's a rare miss, but it was a miss for him. And it was
the last time he was in the water, Max?
Ooh, February.
It's hard. It's
Okay,
hard to
thank you. You're going through all of his trends. When's the last time he was in the water? Wet. You can't remember. You can't remember. That's a problem. It's been a long time. So, no, Charlie, we weren't thinking he was going to get wet.
But by the way, the Scotty Scheffler biography, the ravioli incident, is a great chapter name for the Scotty Scheffler biography.
What is a ravioli?
He cut his hand making ravioli at Christmas.
This was around Christmas.
And hurt himself. It's a great chapter of a book name.
I thought they fed him that in jail or something. Or something.
he wasn't there long enough for meal service. And then right after that, Cantlay, who was in the sand, chili dips it right into the...
How unprofessional the whole day. I mean, he's known as a slow player, but this was absurd.
Cantlay?
This was an absurd final round. They got put on the clock, or they were at least warned multiple times. And Tommy Fleetwood is not a slow player. You could see him the whole day. Fleetwood plays at a brisk pace, and they had a ruling situation. Both of them had to get rulings, drops on 8. That put them behind schedule. They were about a hole behind at that point, but they didn't come close to catching up. And Cantlay is just completely freezing Fleetwood the whole day, look, Cantlay was up on the leaderboard too. It wasn't like he was out of it, but Cantlay just way too slow, and the tour refuses to step in and penalize these guys. It's ridiculous. It's absurd.
Well, he's not always in contention, and so we don't see it. Any golf enthusiast knows how deliberate or damn slow he is. I mean the shuffling of the feet over and over.
At times it's better. It's when he's in contention. It gets noticeably worse.
Yes, because that's the only people they show.
Sure,
unless you
but
bomb one.
Even if you watch like the feature coverage on a Thursday, it's not that bad. It gets noticeably worse.
Okay, as he gets tighter.
Absolutely.
Okay, well, that's standard. So if he's a normally slow player, it's ridiculous when he's in contention.
You need to penalize it. You need to punish that. It was obnoxious how bad it was.
If golf is going to grow, they will enforce it. They won't talk about it, enforce it, and he'll get pissed when it's enforced, but if you put him on the clock, I mean, that's all you can do. But, hey, if baseball can evolve, pace of play, golf can.
When he hits out of the sand and he leaves it in the tall grass right there on the fringe, that was another chance that they had to put some pressure on Fleetwood, and he that's as bad as you can miss.
I thought it was. I mean, I think I texted y'all that it was Tommy's time.
Yeah.
I felt pretty early on in this that Tommy had situated himself pretty nicely. Scheffler was distant enough back to where it felt like he's the guy in his group is the only guy chasing him. Patrick Cantlay, he's watching him, and he was 3 ahead or 2 ahead at that point. And it felt like he could be comfortable. Now, he admitted, even on 18 with a 3-shot lead, it still felt uncomfortable for him, considering all the times he's blown it. But he looked a little more comfortable. The putts were rolling at a good pace.
But Charlie makes a good point. At that point, he's got to know Scheffler's. He's looking at the scoreboard.
Oh, absolutely.
He knows he's too bad.
If Scheffler puts more pressure on him, because I didn't really see Scheffler coming, and then he makes the birdie on, I think it was 10 or 11, makes the birdie on 14, and it felt like he was gonna make.
If he's two back with 4 holes to play, I mean, Fleetwood, you're just trying to tread water at that point, kind of knowing his past. I mean, it's Scheffler. You think is going to probably gain 2 more strokes? I mean, no, I'd say it's a flip of the coin, Charlie. I don't remember exactly that, or the more popular pick, because Fleetwood's never done that. Oh, he's going to blow it again. But if you go there, if you experience it more and more, it used to be you had to play in the Super Bowl before you could win the Super Bowl. You have to play in the big games before you win it. Well, he had to play in more than he used to, but I think he's going to be better prepared for it. I think he was. He won by 3 strokes. So he didn't crumble.
No, he didn't.
The big dog was kind of spared for most of the round.
Scheffler was the only other guy who had the crowd behind him. You could tell who the crowd was rooting for. Scheffler, of course, there were roars when he made a putt. It was interesting, though. Tommy Fleetwood, an English guy in a Ryder Cup year, had Keegan Bradley, the U.S. Ryder Cup captain. He had Patrick Cantlay, a former winner, and, for what it's worth, Atlanta Drive GC TGL member, if you care about that. And then Russell Henley.
California. Went to school in California.
I'm just Atlanta Drive.
Okay.
It's a joke. And then Russell Henley, who went to Georgia, a Bulldog himself, who were all on the leaderboard in the mix. And it seemed like everyone other than maybe Scheffler making a run, was getting behind Tommy Fleetwood just because he hadn't won.
You saw Lowry, who's had such a strong reputation, make sure he comes to congratulate him. You see Justin Rose, who's longtime Ryder Cup, so you see these veterans. Fleetwood's is so accomplished. This is one glaring missing piece, and it's a big hump for him. And so everybody's pulling for him. I'm pulling for him on a damn plane. I mean, who's not pulling for him at that point? But to see all that, and then not just in the golf world, because you think it's near a little bubble, but LeBron James checks in. And there's Caitlin Clark.
Yep.
It was kind of a cool thing
because it's a story.
The thing to think with me before you start betting on golf. Well, what do I pull for? Miss that this guy make. I mean, what do you pull for really? And so these storylines are very important. Outside of just putting some money on it.
We're brought to you by Coastal Capital Advisors, your full-service financial planners. No two situations are alike for retirement, so let Coastal Capital Advisors work for you with your business partners, your legal team, and tax professionals to make sure all your retirement goals are achieved. They've been working for me for a long time, and I appreciate the customer service that I get from Philip Fontenot and his staff. They can do the same things for you, no matter what your age, no matter what your income level. They'll tailor-make a plan that is perfect for you. Coastal Capital Advisors, coastalcapitaladv.com, online. 337-981-1376 is the phone number. There are security advisory services provided by New Age Advisors, member FINRA SIPC. Brian Kelly press conference coming your way here in about 10 minutes. We'll come back and talk a little bit more about Clemson, live at Big Mike's Live at Lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch.
This is Charles Henniger for Total Maintenance. For AC and heating, generators, electricity, plumbing, and more, Total Maintenance is your one-stop sales and service shop for all these needs. One of South Louisiana's oldest and largest AC and heating companies. Since 1980, their slogan has been service today, every day, so no one ever has to go to sleep hot. They're an authorized dealer for Carrier, American Standard, Daikin, and Rheem AC units, for Generac and Cummins generators as well. And now, for all of your electrical and plumbing needs, in Baton Rouge, call 480-1000. In New Orleans, 841-3300. Service today, every day. Total Maintenance.
Looking for a driving experience that goes beyond the ordinary? At Genesis of Baton Rouge, luxury is more than just a word. It's our promise to you. From cutting-edge technology to premium craftsmanship, Genesis vehicles are designed for those who demand excellence. Whether it's performance, comfort, or style, we offer it all tailored just for you. At Genesis of Baton Rouge, your journey starts with a personalized buying experience. Let us introduce you to the future of driving. Visit us today at Genesis of Baton Rouge, where luxury and performance meet, on Airline Pico, or at genesisofbatonrouge.com.
With all of the financial headlines, are you worried if your retirement savings will last? The market's ups and downs can keep you guessing, especially if you're approaching retirement or considering it. If you have more questions and answers about what's next, let's work together to help ensure you're prepared for your journey. After all, retirement isn't the end of the trek, it's a new beginning. Stop by your local Edward Jones advisor. Tex Morris on Jefferson, Edward Jones, member SIPC.
At Town Square Pizza, we take pride in serving Baton Rouge with fresh, delicious, piping hot, personalized pizza with unmatched speed. Whether you're a downtown worker, a family looking for convenience and value, or an out-of-towner staying at one of the nearby hotels, Town Square Pizza is the spot for you. Try a specialty pizza like the Spanish Town Supreme or custom build your own. Family packs, kids' meals, and salads are available as well. It's hip to be square at Town Square Pizza, downtown facing. What else? Town Square.
Bill Automotive has a great selection of new cars. Chevy, GMC, Hummer, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. You rather a pre-owned vehicle? Music Resources will help find you any vehicle that you're looking for. Our service department offers VIP service. You never have to come to the dealership. We'll pick up the vehicle at your home or office, drop off a loaner, service the vehicle, and return it when it's done. Mention my name, Jimmy Ott, for VIP pricing. The Chevy Tahoe I drive came from Go Automotive. That's Go Automotive in LaPlace and Plaquemine. If you're near the north side of campus, I need to remind you about a couple of longtime favorites. Highland Coffee is the original specialty coffee shop in Baton Rouge since the 1980s. A personal favorite. Love getting my cappuccino from their friendly, knowledgeable staff. Roasted right in the shop. Louis Cafe for breakfast and lunch 7 days a week. The Mitchell omelet, Cajun hash browns, Big Cheesy Lou, all served up in that famous open kitchen atmosphere. In Tigertown since 1941. A couple of great spots, Highland Coffees and Louis Cafe, just outside the north gates of LSU.
ALS is a progressive and neurodegenerative disease, and we need your help to find a cure. The mission of the ALS Association, Louisiana-Mississippi chapter, is to discover treatments and the cure for ALS, and to serve, advocate for, and empower people affected by ALS to live their lives to the fullest. Whether you are newly diagnosed, a military veteran, a caregiver, or someone looking to learn more about how to navigate living with ALS, they can help. Visit ALS.org to learn more. That's ALS.org. Tigers, Saints, Southeastern Conference, all in one place. LouisianaSports.net. No paywalls, no article limits. It's just the coverage the Louisiana sports fans want. Bookmark it today. LouisianaSports.net. Now to further review with Matt Moscona. Weekday afternoons at 3 on 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge. Live at lunch with Ott and Hanny from Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill in Denham Springs on 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
Just a couple of minutes away, we're going to throw it to the LSU Sports Network for the Brian Kelly press conference. Hear what BK has to say about Clemson. Maybe some updates on what LSU's offensive line may look like. And thankfully, there's not a whole lot in the way of, at least as far as I know, as far as injury updates. Tigers extremely healthy, knock on wood, going into this opener at Clemson, who's got big hopes this year, Jimmy, in the top 5 preseason.
Well,
ranking.
Clemson's roster build, was hurt because of Dabo's lack of embracing the transfer portal and transfer players. But I think it may have paid dividends for this season, Charlie, because they have way more retainees than a lot of major programs, and they've supplemented it just a little bit, through the transfer portal. They think this is their best offensive line that they've had in quite some time. It's interesting that the Nussmeier group, that COVID group that was kind of close together with Campbell and Jones and Nussmeier, and one of the guys is starting at left tackle for Clemson, and Tristan Lee. They had to organize a lot of their own stuff together and rent houses because the university couldn't officially, entertain them and stuff. But, he's the big anchor of that offensive line, senior left tackle Tristan Lee. And they think it's of all of the Dabo era teams, this is their best offensive line. They certainly return more combined starts as a unit than they have. We know Klubnik's coming back, 36 TDs to 6 interceptions last year, averaged 7.5 yards per attempt, 148-point rating. All that's good. A lot of that against weaker competition, so you got to be careful. But in the big games, sometimes he was okay. He was really not that great against South Carolina. That was a defensive game, 17-14 final in that one last year, and had an interception, although it wasn't on him to in that. But he returns, and he really lit it up against SMU in the conference championship game and at Texas. And that was a good Texas defense last year. It's a tough place to play, and he kept them in it because defensively they couldn't really stop him. That's where the real enigma comes with this Clemson unit. They're going to have draftees. Going to have a tackle in the first round. They're going to have a defensive end taken in the first round. You have a cornerback taken pretty high. You got some other guys. You get an addition from Purdue. You got another guy who only played like 3 starts who is highly thought of. They think this front seven is as good as they've had in a while. It's not. It's not. They gave up more yards per carry in the last 25 years for a Clemson team. So it has a chance, but proven, I just don't know. Talented, maybe, but productive, no, not so sure. Offensively, top receiver Antonio Williams, he's back from a 900-yard season last year. Second leading receiver, Bryant Wesco Jr., he's back with 700 more yards and 5 TDs. And a third receiver, TJ Moore, is back. So all 3 leading receivers are back for another year with a year starting experience with them, junior, sophomore, and sophomore right there for the Clemson Tigers. But I think it's Klubnik more developing as a more dependable passer that has a lot of people thinking really highly of this Clemson team. The other thing is, this might be the toughest team they play. So, as LSU,
I certainly hope it is.
It may be the toughest place and opponent combined and place on the schedule. Yeah, but maybe for both teams, as Clemson is projected to be favored in all 12 of their regularly scheduled games.
So many people have brought up LSU's 5-game losing streak on opening day. I wonder how much at Clemson they have referenced last year's opener against Georgia, where they were thumped. Now, Georgia was preseason number 1, and that was at a neutral site. So this is different. They played an SEC team. They got absolutely housed, by 31 in the opener. I wonder how much that
Georgia team going into last year was preseason 1?
Preseason number 1, yeah.
LSU's not.
No, but it's an SEC. No, it's not an exact comparison because that was a neutral site game.
It's a top 10 SEC team.
Top 10 SEC team, but it's at Clemson. So those are the big.
Yeah, that game too was very defensive oriented, and I mean, if Klubnik completed anything, I mean, they had very, very little windows. They had a rough go offensively.
We'll send you to the press conference, and we'll be back to finish up the show here at Big Mike's in Dennis Springs, live at lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Football. This is the Brian Kelly Press Conference, presented by the Louisiana Farm Bureau Federation. This week, the Tigers open the season on the road as LSU